to decide what made people react the way they did to certain products and certain marketing.
Play what? I'm going to kill myself. Because everybody has time to do something they like. You notice when you have something you want to do, it's one task. What are you doing? I'm going to the movies. You don't say, I'm getting in my car, I'm going to put gas in it, then I'm going to drive over to the mall, try to find a parking spot, and then I'm going to go into the theater and have to pick a movie, and then I'm going to go watch the movie. Nobody does that. When you like something, you break it up into one task. When you hate it, it becomes 10 or 20 tasks. I like to know how people make internal representations, and I want to see how far I can change people's perceptions. A normal person like this, guy, his impression of this customer is that they're very difficult, very hard to deal with, and they're not going to do it. So I said, well, the reason you feel that way is because most of the time we're wrong, is because the experience that came before, and we're going to talk about contrast theory also today, the thing that came before was a negative experience with the customer, and thereby you project the customer as every experience you're going to have is negative. It's part of the law of association, it's part of making internal representations, and it's part of consistency and contrast theory in psychology. What happens is you base your event, or your opinion of events, based on the event that came before. And we're going to get to that in a minute. This customer is difficult, this customer will not sign this document, we lost the customer. He didn't even call it, and the customer just signed it a minute ago. Let me give you an example. If I said to you, I have a customer that just agreed to do business with us and just signed a contract. I need one more piece of paper from him to make the deal stick, and it will not cost him a penny or anything to sign it. Does that seem like a difficult task? Okay. But because the manager in this company had so much trouble dealing with the customer beforehand, he was terrified and decided, I'm not making this call, I don't care. So guess who called it? Uncle Steve called it. Because I didn't have a bad experience with this guy. So I said, okay. I get him on the phone. I say, hey, I just got your paperwork. I don't use one more piece of paper to make it work. I said, okay, I'll send it right now. Thanks for calling. And I hung up the phone, I pointed to the manager and went, ah!
If you are watching someone in distance on a cell phone, like him, I'm just kidding. If you're watching, that was fun. If you watch someone on the phone, you like that, right? That's funny. You watch someone on the phone, you know if they're angry, you know if they're yelling at somebody. Sometimes they turn the phone and yell at the speaker. And if someone's talking to their girlfriend, you know what they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're feeling. They're not saying, you're my favorite phone, I love my phone. Nobody's saying that. Nobody loves their phone that much. Not even the touchscreen ones. Pink elephant. If you did not see a pink elephant in your mind, you are lying. People think in pictures, not letters and numbers. In fact, nobody thinks in letters and numbers. They'll teach you in school to write a lot of notes. Notes are important, write them all down. And then 2 weeks later, you open your notebook and you're like, did I even write this? What is that? What the I don't remember, is this even my handwriting? What is that, an upside down house with a squirrel? What is that, a drawing? You can't even take notes because they don't work. Notes don't work. You got to think in pictures, so you got to take notes in quick little boxes with little notes. You can't write down a seminar worth of information and think you're going to go back and remember it.